good.
It's a good way to shut somebody up. Let's go to bumper.
The world's angriest hippo. Can we draw some angry eyes on him or something?
No.
Okay, here we
He's
go.
a nice hippo. All right, well, we're
Game
a
2.
little late to the draft here, but it is a
No.
boring bands.
We caught everything
You know,
important. Coddle's
Kunka,
banned out.
Yeah, Kunka.
You have a lot to say about that. Hey, first pick Shakiro. That's
Hey-o,
pretty
hey-o.
exciting.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
my.
Is this it? Is
This
this the
is it.
Miracle Rubik? It's
This-
probably Kuro Rubik. Let's
It's
be
a
real.
fucking Kuro Rubik. I always
I
say
think
Rubik.
GH God plays it right now.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
I would say Rubik is fucking garbage unless he's played on Team Liquid. This team knows how to run a Rubik, dude.
That's
Either
true.
Kuro
10
going
seconds
absolutely
remaining.
bananas. Anybody on that team can play him really well, and he is just
5
crazy.
seconds
I've never seen a
remaining.
Rubik do well except for on Team Liquid.
Yeah, you actually have a serious disdain for Rubiks.
Reserve time.
I do.
Are you a Liquid fanboy?
I love Team Liquid, yeah.
It's one of the few teams you actually have watched their games. Right?
I actually do.
When you're at events.
You know what it is, Shannon? You know why he likes them? Because of the Would You Rathers. I think Matumba Man
No,
had
I know.
some of the
Jerax.
greatest.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Matumba Man
Jerax
and
as well.
Jerax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were some of the best.
I asked every team if they would fuck a goat, and no one answered, and they were all mad. And Jerax and Matumbo had a very long discussion about fucking goats with me, and I was like, these two guys are legit. These are some real bros.
They didn't
That's
even
the-
seem to
that's
be
a
that
good way to-
phased by it either.
Hell
It was
no.
almost as if they'd had
feel
that
the same
discussion
way.
before.
They went in deep.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's just Finns in general.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. You goat fucking animals. No.
Now,
Hey, guys.
To be fair, Bulba and AUI both answered.
Every
But
single
because
person
everybody
answered.
was backing out, I was like, all right, as an owner, I should probably just not
Radiant
air to that.
team
Just in
Every
case.
team answered the same answer except for one team, which would be remained unnamed, and they refused to have it air
They were
because their
very
answer was
angry.
different than everyone else's.
They were very angry.
They were quite mad.
Just so you guys know, Bulba would fuck a goat, and so would I, because that is the correct answer. It's
Wait,
actually
they
a
don't
trick
even know the question. At this point, the audience
Oh,
just
that's
thinks we were asking, "Would you fuck a goat?" And then you just said, "Yes, I would." And that's not. It's like a. You're taking it completely out of context, you
Give
idiot.
them the context, Lex.
Okay, the context is, would you fuck a goat, but nobody ever knows? It's just between you and the goat. Or would you not fuck the goat, but everyone is 100% sure you did? Like, there's a movie made about you fucking a goat. It's just like your parents are convinced you're a goat fucker.
You're basically a celebrity. You walk down the street, kids
Chilled-
point at you, "Mommy, that's the goat fucker, right?"
It was like on the Times Square's billboard, but you didn't fuck the goat. What's more important to you? How you view yourself or how others view you?
Dire team
I mean, there's only one real answer.
It's not that simple, though.
You fucked the
Because
goat. I mean,
the
you
quality
have
of life,
Yeah.
like, let's say you don't care what other people think. Your quality of life is going to be horrible. So
Right.
it doesn't even matter what you think.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So there's only one right answer, and it's to fuck that goat. You fuck it real good.
But here's the trick question that I
10
put when
seconds
the
remaining.
easy answer. You got to take it from the goat.
I mean,
5 seconds remaining.
I know
I'm
we've
having-
been over this before, and everybody's discussed it with me. I would
Reserve
almost
time.
prefer that.
Turn into like a sob
God,
story
dude.
that way?
I don't
You're
think
an
I
animal.
could physically get it up for a goat.
Oh, God. All right.
So if the goat's just gonna give it to me, whatever. You gotta go and take it.
This
you
is
know?
why we didn't air this on Captain's Draft. Why are we doing it here on Elimination
Well, at least
Mode?
here-
Somebody that's sexual, they're confident in their sexuality will answer that, because that is also the correct answer.
Yes. Well, I'm not sure if that is
goat?
to be fucked. I'm having like just flashbacks of the would you rather's that Slacks did and some of the faces of I would be fucked by the goat, and then the face afterwards. I don't know, man. I think I could be the fucker, but not the fuck you. I don't really want to be.
Every
so
team
weird.
but one. Hey, it's a liquid
Oh my, that's the
gyrocopter.
first gyro.
Gyro, whoa!
Guys,
And
also
this is
Lich
how
was
we got
picked.
the Moonduck Goat emote.
Yeah.
All right, anyway.
team.
We
So-
haven't seen much Lich action. That's actually kind of a
Yeah.
rarity for
Have we
Elimination
ever seen
Mode.
Gyro banned or picked in this
No,
tournament?
this is a first D for Gyro and
Yeah.
one of the only Lich games.
Yeah, so typically you'd only see Gyrocopter picked up by like Alliance. I think they're the only team that still runs it, but Liquid gonna go ahead and run it out here.
But Slacks, look at this fat synergy. You've got Ice Path setting up for call downs and
10
rocket
seconds
barrages. In the laning
remaining.
phase, you've got Rubik there with his little lifty lift, and then you hit him with the rocket barrage.
5
That's
seconds.
I'm
that's
pretty
three kills all
sure.
day, baby.
No.
I'm pretty
They're-
sure Chronosphere into Epicenter into Lich Ult is way better.
Yes, that is
I think
such
Liquid
a...
probably
Come on,
wanted it, too.
guys.
No, dude, there's a reason people don't pick Gyro.
Okay, riddle me this. Why did they third pick the Gyro here?
Ah.
Was it
Light
something
something
to be
basis
picked by
void.
Escape?
Support gyro.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh.
It's gonna be Rubik mid. Gyro gets an Ags. I can't even say it without laughing.
Dude, side
He's gonna buy
gunner.
the worst Ags in the game.
Okay, check this out. He gets the Ags. He gets put in Faceless Void, but he's got 3 Divines.
That's true.
Void traps the whole team, but Side Gunner still shoots inside of Time Lock. He's good. He wipes the
Genius.
whole team with 3 Divines while Faceless Voided. What do you think?
Pretty legit.
I mean, Slacks, you actually are a resident expert on this because UNLD casted like
The
one,
only Side Gunner game in existence.
and the only one where it actually made a difference. They won that game
They
because
did.
of Side Gunner.
It was the only purchase of an Ags in a pro game during the Manila qualifiers, I believe. And
Gyro.
on Gyro. And it won them the game. He was stun locked, but Side Gunner kept shooting the everybody.
He was getting lifesteal off it, right?
He was, and he got lifesteal from the Side Gunner. Anyway, that's not going to
Tiny.
happen here. Tiny, I mean, Liquid has an interesting lineup. Interesting is something that I am scared of in Dota. I would rather go with a very easy and
10 seconds
easy to execute
remaining.
lineup like Escape. Liquid has a lot of going
Well,
on here.
that's
5
an
seconds
aspect of it, but I look
remaining.
at this Liquid lineup and say they can fight quickly and a lot. They've got a lot of
Reserve
low
time.
cooldowns. Escape in the early levels, you got Sand King ult pretty long, Lich ult pretty long cooldown, Chrono long cooldown. Like there's a pretty good window in that 5 to 15 minutes or so where Liquid can really bring the pressure to Escape when I don't think they'll be quite
I
ready
am
for
kind
it.
of hyped for whatever Quake's hero is going to be, though, because unless this is going to be like Forev style off lane Tiny, it's probably going to be mid. Not that I mean, it could be off lane, but more than likely mid, which
Radiant
means
team back.
Quake should have a pretty decent time with the
Sniper.
Lich and stuff. They go for the sniper. I think
Sniper!
that's probably going to be
Hey,
position
old
1. I'm kind
sniper.
of looking towards like Queen or like some other good Quake hero. There was another one too.
Isn't that old sniper, guys? Right?
On my screen,
I don't
it
even know
is
what he looks
not.
like.
10
Oh.
seconds
I have to look at
remaining.
yours.
Oh, that's okay.
You'll have to
My
wait
void
2
is
minutes.
updated. I know yours is
5
not.
seconds
Old sniper
remaining.
was cool. He looked pretty grizzled. New sniper looks like he's too happy.
It looks like he's got sunburn.
Reserve
I don't like
time.
it.
I like it. He's got his eye. His glass is cracked, dude. He's been through some shit. Anyway,
Yeah, skin cancer is not a joke, though, man.
all right. So I kind of like the synergy here. Sniper is one of the few guys that I like paired with Faceless Void. I mean, he can shoot from no matter where he is. You have a very small chance of getting him stuck in the chrono, and he could just annihilate whoever else Void catches in
10
that. Along with the
seconds
Sand King
remaining.
and a Lich. I mean, Escape has got this on lock, and Escape is
5
very
seconds,
well
5
versed in their
seconds,
Void.
5
They're when they
seconds
first
remaining.
premiered.
again.
5 seconds,
What?
5 seconds.
Yeah, I
5
got it
seconds.
too.
5 seconds. 5. Anyway, Escape, one of their best strategies that got them when they first premiered was the double bubble. They played a lot of Enigma and Void when nobody else was, so very good at Void. We'll see what we got here. Anyway, what else we got, boys? What are you thinking?
Well,
They were worried about the Yapsor clock.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yappy Hot 4, one of the only people that's playing Clockwork
man.
effectively as a support.
it's also just really good here. Jakiro, Rubik, Hero's very susceptible to that early position 4 clockwork movement. Even Gyrocopter, you lock him in the cogs, it's not so fun. You got a lot of follow-up there where Sniper can just blow him up.
Yep. All right. Well, another ban coming out from Liquid. Would it be worth banning a silencer here? I mean, they have a lot of team fight that they're counting on all getting off during those chronos.
I don't know what Liquid want here. This is super open-ended. I mean,
I
it could
really
be a...
like gyro support, guys.
So you think it's
I know
core
it
Jakiro?
started as
I
a
think-
troll, but
Okay,
max
yeah.
homing missile is actually pretty freaking good, isn't it? Although sniper can just kill it, so never mind. It's garbage.
It does
Just
do a
horrible
lot of
hero.
damage, though.
All right, they're gonna go with a safe Omni Knight ban. Not a bad ban at all. I mean, if you can not have
Yeah.
Omni inside of the chrono, then he can pretty much take away everything Sand King and Lich can do. He's pretty good against Sniper as well. You could just repel off Assassinate, which is beautiful. So
Escape has some options here, though. A lot of good supports they could still grab.
I could pick
that's
Woody.
Synergize
Witch
well with the
Doctor.
Chrono.
Woody.
They,
Do you
yeah,
want
they have a
Sand
ton of
King
different
offlane?
options.
Oh,
They can
Sand
go
King's
like-
offlane or support.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, maybe a deny pick.
I believe so. I mean, Silencer works pretty okay with them, but it's just more like it would be horrible if.
Hey, do
Team
you guys
Liquid
think
got
the old silencer is better than the new one? The old one meaning last word was an aura, where you couldn't cast like multiple spells in a row.
So,
'Cause I
like,
thought
yeah,
that was OP.
if you are hit by the aura and you casted a spell, you're silenced for 3 seconds. So basically,
Right,
it was
so Tiny can't combo.
yeah, hard counter to heroes
Oh,
like
yeah.
Tiny.
I thought it was great. Yeah.
I wonder why they changed that. Was it too good? Because it's not like he was played that much anyway.
I think it's more that he was kind of a useless hero in a lot of cases, and then in like very, very specific situations, he was too good of a counter. So he was
He
just
was really good against anyone who spammed. Now he's just like mediocre against people that spammed.
Yeah. I think he was like almost too full throttle, where it was just too good in certain, like Bristleback, for example. Here, like, it's such a hard counter, it's kind of insane.
Yeah. But anyway, Beastmaster picked up from Team Liquid. So Liquid's got an oldie time draft. This is like something that we would see a while ago. Where's the synergy in this, Moppax?
It's like disgusting amounts of magic damage. Like this sniper, like good luck, dude. You got to be so cautious. They're coming around the sides. Now the silencer is pretty sick, obviously, because magic damage means lots of spells and stuff from Gyro and Tiny in the early game, but then they scale into heavy physical damage in the later game. You got Beastmaster, Inner Beast with your Tiny, so he's
Tiny
gonna be
gets that
whacking at
Shadow
those
Blade,
towers.
The game
Yeah,
is
Shadow
over.
Blade, Echo Saber.
Oh yeah.
Tiny plays.
Liquid 2-0, guys. I'm changing my prediction.
I mean, that is one thing that they really do have, is they have a lot of catch for that sniper and a lot of ways to just instantly blow him up. If they're not careful on escape and his positioning isn't perfect, he's going to do literally nothing in this game.
I'm still scared about cooldowns. Now with the silencer, you have 4 heroes with huge ultimates, awesome wombo combo, but if you don't get objectives, if you don't take good team fights with that, it's punishable by Liquid. Beastmaster,
Yeah.
rinse and repeat stuns, Tiny rinse and repeat stuns, same with Jakiro and Rubik.
And let's not forget, Jakiro's actually not that bad against Faceless Void either. It's a big AoE stun, and if he gets any of his teammates locked in there,
Can you
it's
say that
beautiful.
again?
What?
Can you say AoE again?
No, AoE. AoE. AoE stuns.
I don't know why I found that funny.
E.
AoE.
Yeah,
You're
AoE.
very deliberate in your pronunciation
Hey,
of that.
I always forget. I call it AOO. With whom? Anyway, so it should be an exciting game. I don't know. I feel like Team Liquid's got something up their sleeve with the gyro. It's a weird pick. I think it's going to be a support gyro with a Shadow Blade first item going in invisible rocket barrage.
I would love to see it.
Yeah.
I would
The
love that.
Matumba Man Classic, right?
Did you know that if you do rocket barrage with a Shadow Blade, it still shoots even though you're invisible? It's insanely OP, dude. You can't even see him,
Wait,
and he's rocket barraging you.
You're saying you can cast Rocket Barrage while invisible?
You cast rocket barrage, then go invisible, then you fly next to somebody, and
Oh,
you're
that's-
shooting them invisible, dude.
It's kind of
That
like
sounds
Lothar's
horrible.
on Death Prophet.
Insane! You don't even know what's going on.
No, that's completely different than Death Prophet because the ult actually lasts a while. Rocket Barrage is like 3 seconds. You lose like half of its duration just using Shadow Blade.
You'll see it
Alright.
this game, and you'll see its effectiveness. Anyway, we'll pass it on over to our casters. Annie and Dota Capitalists, get ready for Game 2 of Liquid versus Escape.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the game here. I'm Android, being joined by Cap, and we are casting game number 2 here. This is a lower bracket game, so one of these teams will be going home at the end of this series. Not something that either of these teams are looking forward to here. Again, Liquid took game number 1 fairly quickly, but we've got another draft, fresh start here. Cap, what are you thinking?
You know, I knew Liquid was going to be doing something different with the lanes. I thought Moppax was going to be on the money with the Tiny off lane but I didn't actually expect Beastmaster mid. I expected Beastmaster forward position. I thought they were going to put Jakiro in the mid lane matched up against the sniper. I have no idea how Beastmaster is going to match up against the sniper. Maybe it's fine. Like maybe boars are able to survive long enough through shrapnel and he can like keep the sniper from harassing him too much. But melees have like they're notoriously bad versus sniper mid because
Yeah.
shrapnel is so powerful and he just blinks at you with that headshot constantly. So I don't know. Maybe they figured this out. Maybe this is a sniper counter at mid. Beastmaster mid. We're about to find out, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the boars can go and just kind of nip on his heels. Sniper, he doesn't have a whole lot of HP or armor, but again, just that range is going to keep nipping on Beastmaster, so I'm eager to see how that's working out. Now, Radiant Courier looks like a hot mess. I was just noticing that. What is that thing?
Oh
God.
yeah, that's the mini Cthulhu.
It looks terrible. Ugh.
Wait, Eddie, wait, don't you have a lizard as a pet?
Yeah, but it doesn't look like that.
I mean, I just thought, because you have abnormal pets, you would be more appreciative of abnormal-looking couriers.
All right, back towards the game here. Era versus Miracle. There's a lot of damage going both ways. The boars doing their best to keep the farm up, but I mean, like we talked about, sniper versus a melee hero. Miracle's going to take a lot of damage. He's got 2 tangos and a salve. Hopefully that's going to be enough. Over here, our Jakiro off lane getting burned down by Yapzor, but shouldn't be going down to the grave just yet.
Yeah, he's going to be, he just shouldn't die. He's got this really nice lane where Mind Control's going to be pulling the offlane camp, as offlane Tinies do. So he should be able to get the creep wave equilibrium in his favor, so he just sits by the tower and occasionally gets some CS. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're running a Lich down here with a Sand King. That is a lane that is obviously really nice for the Sand King because he's got this Caustic Finale. He's already a lane dominator, but it becomes even easier for him when Lich is pulling back the lane. But they're facing up against a ranged hero, so we are going to see this lane battle, but it probably won't be until like level 3, level 4. And then we could see the kill easily go one way or the other. Maybe Trixie sees an opportunity to get a Burrow Strike and kill someone, or just as easily doesn't do enough damage and gets turned around on by Rocket Barrage.
Yeah, down in the bottom, I got faith in GH God. He's got that 1 point in telekinesis, so if they can force out a Trixie Burrow Strike, they should be able to get the Sand King. Now this little neutral camp here is going to get contested up. Synderen getting a lot of damage. Meanwhile, up top, Jakiro gets down the silencer there. Just lots of burn damage going his way, and he just couldn't live through it.
Yeah, I actually didn't see that. Maybe Mind Control actually wrapped outside of the offlane camp and then wrapped around. They kind of trapped the support hero, maybe. But either way, it seems like I've been kind of watching mid lane just to see how it goes. It's going really well for Miracle so far. He's just abusing the fact that he's got such a heavy attack damage lead over the Sniper. That is the one thing Sniper is quite bad at. Really bad attack damage to start. And Beastmaster is quite good, and then he combines the Boar with it, and it's even more damage, right? Now he's got a Haste Rune, so he doesn't have to worry about Shrapnel for 2 minutes
bottom
straight.
lane, though. We're going to have GH God sandwiched in. He wanted to be the aggressor. Now he's going to lift up Trixie just to make a little bridge for himself. He's going to get Burrow struck, though. He's getting low, and one more snip of the pincers. I mean, Trixie scores his first kill in this lane. Now back towards mid. Some harass towards Miracle, but he's still doing okay. He's really only burned up, well, now 2 tangos for himself, but against a Sniper, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, in fact, if anything, Era does have to be a little bit careful just because the Haste Rune on Miracle. And he even gets an early level of the Wild Axes. I guess he's level 4, so that's fine. Yapzor is trying to soak up some of the experience.
Oh, bottom lane, another kill. Trixie, he's getting low. This time the Rocket Barrage might be enough, but it's only level 1. Doesn't do a whole chunk of damage. There we go. Trixie trying to wrap around. The neutral's eating up some of that damage. GH God gonna get dropped by the Lich. They're looking for the return kill onto the Sand King, but he has the Burrow Strike, gets to the other side of the trees, and should be able to deny to these neutrals over here. Matumba Man coming in. Is it gonna be time?
Close.
One more bot from the Golems, and they deny up Matumba Man's kill. That is not going well for the Liquid bottom lane.
Yeah, now he's got Tranquil Boots, so he's got a big movement speed advantage when he wants to go for this initiation. The Gyrocopter's just left with Brown Boots so far, and then GH God, same thing. So they could continue to put a lot of pressure on this bottom lane. And top lane's not going that poorly. Like, Koifa is getting CS. Yes, Farev. Sorry, not Farev. Mind Control is still getting a lot out of his off lane. Looks like he's going to catch Era, too.
Gonna get tossed up. They've got a hasted Beastmaster. I don't think Era gets out of this one. He picks up goodies off the courier before he dies, but Beastmaster, he's stomping here. I think we were a little bit skeptical to see that melee hero mid, but he's leader of the overall last hit chart. Look at that net worth just spiking up. It's still real early on in the game, but Miracle is just asserting dominance in that mid lane.
Offlane Tiny is a lot like offlane Sartor in times where there is going to be points where the lane is pushed in and you maybe don't want to be in lane for whatever reason, and you can actually rotate into the mid lane because you have such good kill potential without having level 6. And it looks like with this regen that he has, they should be able to kill Yapzor again, as they'll run into him here in the side lanes. Unfortunately, Mind Control doesn't pop the regen early, so he didn't actually have the mana for the combination. He could have actually just straight up gotten that kill solo, but either way, the harassment damage he takes doesn't mean anything, so.
Yeah, Mind Control just farming up. He's doing all right for himself, not dominating or anything. Now, Kuroki on this Jakiro. We've seen Jakiros go a couple of different builds. Of course, Liquid Fire is fantastic for pushing, but what's your opinion on maxing Dual Breath versus maxing Ice Path? Because we've seen both now.
I think that Dual Breath it's been buffed up enough that it is by far one of the most powerful abilities that Jakiro has. I think that Ice Path is a little lackluster.
Sometimes it's just better to just get one off level of Ice Path early on and then max out everything else. And I think that the way this lane is going, he wants to be able to have that laning phase presence of constantly liquid fire spamming.
They're trying to go back in. Koikva unsure who to focus here. Cinderin coming in, trying to help out. In fact, Mind Control now on the backlines. Jakiro trying to get that burn damage. Yapzor will end up falling, but they have to trade for the Tiny. Now Jakiro just trying to limp away. Should get away safely as there is that backup from Beastmaster. They bring in his Hawk for more vision, but the Tiny going down is really not great here. He's having a tough time getting a ton of farm.
Yeah, I've noticed this, that Escape actually do this quite a bit in the laning phase, it seems. They do these odd support rotations that you don't expect. Like pulling the Lich out of the off lane. You know, it's not something that you used to see, but they planned it really well, knowing that Liquid would try and get aggressive up there in their safe lane. And Cinderin, unfortunately, is going to be caught now.
Primal Roar, the Macropyre dumped out. There's no way Cinderin deals with that. The Ice Boy melted down by the fire. Now Koikva, he's got the Chrono, but I don't think he can try to turn this. He's getting nipped on by the Boars. Of course, he's got the Time Walk. He moves it forward, and they Burrow Strike up on the Jakiro. So it looks like he's falling as well. He doesn't manage to buy out, so he loses a big chunk of gold right there.
Oh, they're actually going to try and go for a kill on Miracle. Looks like Koikva's got it.
Well, hopefully. They've got the Assassinate here. Oh, just barely enough. He had a bottle sip, but the Shrapnel making it near impossible to get off enough regen. And now Mind Control, he's taking a bit of damage as well. Still the cooldown on the Assassinate, so they can't go for a double, but well, Era making up some lost ground.
Yeah, that's big because Beastmaster as well as Tiny are already going to be such big threats to this sniper, so he has to have a good laning phase, and we saw that it was already going against him just via the CS, so them being able to get a kill on that opposing mid laner is huge for Era.
Alright, so Era, I mean, he's doing alright. Second on the net worth chart. He's got himself his little raindrops here. What? Oh, they're going in. Yapzor, he's in some trouble. Gonna get body blocked up. They got the Avalanche. Silencer just throws out a glaive in frustration, but can't find any kills. So it's kind of a bloodbath. Kill score now tied 5-5 at under 8 minutes in the game, but the cores are still getting the farm they need on both sides.
I think they're just giving a little bit too much to Mind Control at this point. Now he has the levels to make a successful rotation wherever he wants to. Oh, they've stacked this up. It looks like they may try and pop it. Stacking against the Sand King is not advisable.
The toss, the Avalanche. Lich just gets dropped there. Now Trixie goes for the Burrow Strike out. They've got the Primal Roar, and they do get the stun off on the Sand King. There's not much he can do about it here. He's going to take a Gyrocopter missile. He does not even live to hit the ground right there. So Tiny just coming in. Now he's 3-1-3 after a somewhat difficult lane up top.
And now they're also going to be able to clear through the stack. Mind Control was supposed to be here with mana to be able to help this one out, but he had to throw all the mana for these kills, so it looks like they're just going to try and right-click it down. Escape know about the stack, so you kind of have to throw everything you have to be able to clear this stack now. Just on the off chance that Escape make like a full rotation across, because Sand King can very easily do stacks like that as well. If he has the backup. So they clear through that one. They get Mind Control now to level 6. He's well on his way to Blink Dagger, honestly.
All right, so talking about our little Sand King here, he's going to have a tough time taking neutrals and getting back in this without Sandstorm. It's very much a laning build. Meanwhile, up top, Kuroki in some trouble here. Yapzor, they're just trying to fight to the death here. They bring in the Gyrocopter. There's the Rocket Barrage. You might be able to make something of this. The Chronosphere, though, Era nipping on him there, and they've got the Assassinate to finish him off. So unfortunately, it will be a 2-for-1.
Yeah, again, Era just making the right rotation with Koifa. They seem to be communicating really well. Every single Chronosphere is being used when off cooldown. GH God, though, is in trouble.
Trixie? Okay. They're going in. Mind Control, he's going to be going up. The Burrow Strike holding our little Mind Control in place. And Cinderin, he might be able to get out of this. Of course, he's got that little Frost Blast. If he needs to get the slow off, Mind Control does not have the Avalanche, was not in range of toss. And now there's going to be an ulti popped out. The damage coming in. There's going to be an ulti.
Oh, don't give him the
toss.
toss.
Oh, God, that's brutal. Killing his own teammate. Mind Control trying to walk away right now. He's got some bottle sips, but there's not a whole lot he can do there. He's getting slowed down. He's going to be able to grab the bounty rune and fill up his bottle. Is he actually going to get away with this? They've got the Sand King. They go in for the Burrow Strike. The Assassinate will be able to finish him off. What a kill, though. That Tiny keeping a cool head and able to finish off the Lich.
Oh, come on. That was Cinderin and Trixie. Like, they're both at fault for that one. They both agreed, right? They're like, okay, no one get close to this Tiny. You know, he's obviously looking for a toss target to be able to finish off Cinderin.
Oh.
And then Cinderin shows, as well as Trixie stays in range for the toss, trying to go for that epicenter. Like, they both failed that at the same time. Despite both of them knowing that they shouldn't give the toss target, they do it anyway. That was,
You
they
know,
very easily could have gotten that kill without
I'm not going to look
the
at that as a
Lich
fail for Escape. That's just a big win for Tiny right there.
Yeah, I guess so. He's pretty happy that he got a kill out of that rotation.
Oh,
and
Trixie.
might get another.
He's going to be avalanched up. There is going to be the toss as well. Now, GH God gets off the telekinesis. The Burrow Strike, though, they're turning this around there. The Rubik getting low. Trixie, he's going to be frost armored up. He's still alive. A toss comes back in, and they finish him off. Mind control. No mercy here. They kill off Cinderin as well as Matumba Man drops the ulti. So things are looking pretty good for Liquid. They're getting some positive trades out of this.
Yeah, they're able to fight out at bottom as well as push down mid because none of their heroes is at top lane, and that's the thing. Like, Silencer is just an ineffective support when he doesn't have global silence. So it's not like he's one of those heroes that could rotate and help out mid or help out the bottom lane. So Liquid are just kind of like bullying this time period where global silence is down, and Escape are going to have to hit back hard in about 20 seconds, but they may be giving out 2 honor towers before that happens. It looks like Liquid are going to try and pressure the bottom lane next.
Yeah, they're going in. They're going to burn this down fairly quickly. Jakir with max liquid fire just rips through those structures. We haven't even seen the split push impact of Miracle. He's moving himself towards the top lane. He's smoked up. He's got the Primal Roar, and they want to get the kill on Yapsor. Down bottom, there's going to be a jump as well. They're trying to move in onto Kuroki to get the Burrow Strike, and there will be the call down to try to zone back the Dire Heroes. An Ice Path connects on 2. A nice macro fire from Kuroki. Is this going to be enough? There's going to be a Chrono in the back lines. Gyrocopter's stuck in the bubble. Can they do anything about this? The Avalanche comes through off the mark from Mind Control, and they are able to finish off the Gyro, the Assassinate. Mind Control now on the back line here. Moving forward, Koikfa. Can he get a bash? They're looking for something here. Mind Control's so low, and Era finishes it off with a double kill and a TP back to base. Meanwhile, up top, the gank was successful on the Silencer, but still a net loss for Liquid.
Yeah, this time around, Escape planned a bit ahead. They're like, hey, look, Gyrocopter's a fighting core. If we really want to be able to take these team fights, we got to bring all of our heroes to the fore, essentially. You know, Silencer's the one hero that can be allowed to be somewhere else because he has that global. But everyone else needed to be there for that bottom lane if they were going to engage, and it turns out to be a great fight. They get a good Chronosphere to get the extra kill onto onto Matumba Man, and then Mind Control's just the cherry on top at that point as he's overcommitted. That slows down the Blink Dagger, that increases the progression in farm for Era, because again, like, you have to have progression in farm for Sniper in the first 20 minutes, otherwise he turns into a squishy.
Yapsor! Oh, God, that's not good. He goes straight in towards the mid lane. Easy pickings there for Liquid.
I would still be happy, though, if I was Escape. Like, every single time Yapsor dies, but it's not Sniper getting ganked, or they're getting a good favorable exchange somewhere else, like, I'm happy. Because, you know, Silencer isn't a hero that, you know, really needs this farm like some of the other heroes on Escape. Like, they have to get farm on Sand King, on Era. Obviously, the Void needs some good progression because he is not a terribly good damaging core. He really needs some serious items in the bank before he becomes a physical damage threat.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about Era. He had a relatively successful mid lane, didn't get dropped too much, went against the Beastmaster and had some trouble getting farm, but he's 5-1-1. It still seems like he's having some trouble there, really having an impact in these team fights now. There's going to be a quick kill on the Lich, and now some pressure onto the top lane. So how does the Sniper make himself super relevant this game? How does he turn into an absolute machine?
He stats up to a point where he isn't a one-shot wonder. You know, where Tiny blinks on him and combos him down. Like, he can't afford for that to happen. So.
Trixie, he's scurrying away. This tier 2 though, unable to be defended by Escape right now.
Yeah, they're very cooldown based, and the pickoff on the Lich did kind of stall things. It looks like they do have their cooldowns up though. Chronosphere and Global Silence is ready to go. This could be a successful fight.
Oh, they're going in. Global Silence popped out, so Trixie gets a little bit more time. Escape looking for the proper initiation, but there's a bit of no man's land going on. Koikfa looking at frontline here. They are going to be able to go through. Rubik steals himself the time walk. The Chrono dropped down though. They're not able to do a whole lot as the Ice Path holds the Faceless Void in place. Miracle, he's low. He will get dropped by the Assassinate. Era He's going to go ahead and get Avalanche, but he's still alive. The Epicenter doing a lot of work here. Mind Control getting low. Can they get him down? There's going to be a toss back up, and they are able to get some harass back. Oh, Burrow Strike onto the Jakiro. Can they do enough work, though? Trixie, he's still up. He's still fighting Kuroki. Getting nipped on. They don't have the Assassinate up. There we go. There it is. And Kuroki goes down.
Oh, GH God, he really wants this kill. He's Guy Time Walk. He can actually kill Trixie here and still get out.
The Fade Bolt just knocks out the Sand King and forces back the Silencer. So Liquid, at least making that a relatively even trade.
Yeah, but I like that's got to be really disappointing for Escape. And part of the problem is they just didn't get a hard initiation. You know, it was like Trixie was kind of like half escaping with his Burrow Strike away from 2 heroes, and they used Global Silence then, but they didn't really collapse on anything during that silence point. And so Liquid were able to turn and fight, and they made it, as you said, a relatively even fight. But a relatively even fight is a big win for Liquid when big cooldowns are used from Escape. Global Silence, Chronosphere. Like now, Liquid are going to be fearless. They're going to run around. They're going to go for some sort of objective, I'm sure. I'm not sure what objective they have in mind. It looks like they're going towards Roshan. I guess with Beastmaster, they have okay damage and vision around the Roshan pit. So I guess they could do this, but again, it's a free objective because Escape can't fight you without these cooldowns.
Yeah, Hawk goes in, scouted up by Escape, so they know something's up, but I mean, there's not much they can do, so Roche going to be slowly chipped down here. Liquid not taking it too fast. They don't have a crazy good Roche lineup, but Gyrocopter, he should be able to finish this one off. He's got that little lifesteal coming in from the helm, and with the rest of his team, it should start going down. So Escape, they get a chance to go through, put some more wards up in their jungle. With this tier 2 going down, it seems like Escape are losing a lot of control over their side of the map.
Yeah, this would be dangerous for Liquid, but they know Trixie doesn't have a Blink Dagger since GH God killed him, and that he was showing at top lane. Now, he just TP'd back and has the Blink Dagger now, but it's just going to be too slow, unfortunately. They're going to try and group up, smoke, and push out or something like that, but the Aegis is already in hands of the Gyrocopter.
All right, all of Escape, they've got their ultis back. It's going to get more and more difficult, though, as there is that Aegis on the Gyro, and he's going to want to fight. What does our Gyro go for next here? We see a little bit of variation. Does he need to go for the BKB? Can he grab like an S and Y?
No, I think BKB is not really that necessary in this game. You have a lot of magic damage coming out from the Sand King, but the rest is a bit more physical, and I think an early BKB could be a bit of a death sentence. I think he needs to make sure he has progression into late game. GH got in some trouble, though.
Using the Time Walk to his advantage, and they actually have the Jakiro as well. Ice Path, though, after the lift. The Macropyre comes out, a little bit of miscommunication as they don't keep Trixie in the fire. They get the kill onto the Rubik, and the Matumba Man comes back in with a nice call down. Unfortunately, not quite enough damage to finish off any of the Escape heroes, and now it's Liquid on the back foot. There's going to be a nice little initiation here. They get the Primal Roar off Sniper, going to get nipped down. Beastmaster gets the kill. There's a Chrono up, the Tiny getting focused. Matumba Man still feeling healthy, but without the Rubik, without the Tiny, it's not looking like the easiest
Oh god,
for
Trixie!
Liquid. Trixie reinitiates there, a little bit of a ambitious play, and will not be successful for him.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. You could definitely see Trixie is not up to form. he stunned a melee Necronomicon minion. Like, he could have just run up and burrow striked across the trees or something, or he could have actually burrow struck Matumba Man for a full length, burrow strike, but yeah, he just had very little impact in that fight besides finding GH God in the beginning, but it should have been so much more. He had Epicenter ready to go and everything, but kind of wandered around, didn't really find the right initiation. All of a sudden, Liquid are hitting your tier 3. This shouldn't happen.
Yeah, Escape have no ultis to deal with this. Now, Sniper comes back in. They get the Epicenter ready as well, but the reinitiation, I mean, Trixie goes back in for this. He's going to Sandstorm. He's got his ulti. He's not going to get punished this time, but Trixie, you're really feeling that. It sounds like desperation coming out from him. He really wants to make the plays, but unfortunately the rest of his team is not behind him to back him up right now.
Yeah, Escaper saying, nope, can't take it. Like, even with Epicenter, it doesn't matter. We shouldn't try and fight.
He doesn't have a Chrono. He's got very little mana. He's playing with fire here. Just going in, leaping back down to the low ground, and now we've got all of Escape positioned up very nicely. Easy kill on the Jakiro, but they are able to trade. They get down Trixie as he was sitting under the tier 1 with the rest of his team up near the tier 3, so really far forward on the Sand King. They get a kill, but at what cost here? Synderen now going to get dropped here. One drop of the Gyro ulti gets him down. Now it's just going to be Yapsor left on his high ground. He's going to have Global Silence up in 1 second, but can you stop the burn of Liquid?
Wasn't I just role-playing Escape saying, oh, no, we shouldn't fight right now, guys? Like, what happened to that mentality? Like, why did they
Dude,
go
Trixie
into that engagement?
respawned and he's just full Divide mode.
Yeah, Trixie's like, no, come on, guys, we can do this, we can do this. The rest of Escape, like, they should have held their ground. They should have said, no, we do not fight until Chronosphere is back up. Koifa still need another 20 seconds. but
Rubik,
Jesus.
jeez. He's got that assassinate and really shows it off.
Yeah, Liquid's playing very well with these pick-off heroes now. Like, Mind Control's becoming a beast. He's being very disruptive, always finding that one kill to start things off in the team fight. Then Matumba Man's able to follow it up with this fighting core that he has in Gyrocopter.
Oh, Koifa?
Escape needs a picture-perfect initiation.
Oh, yeah, that's not it. Well, they use the Lich ulti. It's going to get 2 bounces off, and there is going to be a nice little ult there from Trixie. Doesn't get a whole lot of pulses off. And now Trixie, he's just kind of up a creek without a paddle, sitting there sandstorming as they're focusing down Cinderin, who should be burning out. They've got the liquid fire on him, and now they can turn their attention onto this little Scorpion. He's going to burrow strike his way deeper into enemy territory, aggroing the creep wave, going in. He tries to get off the TP. Beastmaster, can you roar in time? He's not going to be able to catch up. So Trixie does get away with a risky play, but unfortunately, still 2 heroes on Escape going down. The Chrono not going to be able to be used unless Faceless Void is up and in the fight.
All right, apparently Matsu's like, okay, let's end the game now. I'll go ahead and pick up BKB at 20 minutes.
Why not,
They
dude?
are very heavily invested in ending this game early.
Oh, stolen assassinate coming in. There's the primal roar. Oh God, Miracle, have some mercy. This looks like it could be a relatively quick 2-0. Gyrocopter getting low in the backlines. The creep aggro might actually pop his Aegis. Meanwhile, towards the mid, you've got a negative Urn coming on to Mind Control. This would be a big kill. They are able to cast the Chrono. They're going to be able to steal the Chrono. Oh, GH God, let it rip, man. Moving in, and now he's going to get bashed up. Will GH God get a chance to cast this? He's getting low. Koifa moving forward. Can they actually get this done? And there's going to be Cinderin coming in. There's the Chrono. They're wrapping around. GH God moving forward. The blinks. The jukes. This guy's a machine. Unfortunately, still picked off by the sniper. So Escape get a relatively solid defense here, picking off 4 liquid heroes.
GH God trying to get maybe a little bit too fancy there, but Liquid, I don't know, they just like dove in too deep, you know? Like it's 20 minutes in. Yeah, I don't care how strong you are, you can't like fight into tier 3, like multiple tier 3s, like both bottom and mid, as well as taking some tier 4 tower shots. Like that just doesn't work for you. Like I know they wanted to be suicidal with that Aegis, but there's a limit. You know, I think they just thought to themselves, "Oh man, we're so strong right now. We should end
Miracle.
this." But
Oh, jeez. Poor Cinderin. He never saw that one coming.
this is still like easily recoverable for Liquid. That little bit of a blunder pushing into the base, they can still go high ground again because they like don't rely on cooldowns, as we said multiple times. So Chronosphere 45 seconds, Global Silence 30 seconds. They can easily just push down mid. It seems like, even though they brought that tier 3 bottom, maybe they're gonna push through mid and then go bottom. Yeah.
Well,
It's
think
just so
about
much
something.
easier.
I mean, they've got blinks for nades.
what a
All
toss.
right, Mind Control just going in. That was a play there from the Sand King. Let's break that one down.
That was beautiful. Like they Mind Control tosses into Kuro and Kuro Ice Pass, so then the instant stun on Sand King is there. He can't even burrow strike out in time, and you just get combo down.
Yeah, it's unfortunate now, and now Matumba Man just going in. The Shrapnel not dismaying him at all. You've got the Faceless Void. He's got Chrono up in 5 seconds. Could look to turn this around. The last Chrono is pretty impactful. Now Matumba Man, he's going to pop that BKB. Still sitting under the Shrapnel. There we go. There's the Chrono. This Gyro is going to be going down. No more Aegis for him, but the Chrono stolen again. GH got unfortunately cornered here. Needs that cooldown on his Blink, but won't find it, so they do drop the Rubik without the use of that stolen Chrono, and Liquid have to back off from this engage.
Why didn't anyone else from Liquid commit to the melee racks?
I
Like, they
cannot
might as well
comment.
at that point. Yeah, if they're just like, all right, let's suicide the Gyrocopter for this building, then they might as well suicide one other core. Like, now the melee racks is just going to heal back up. This feels rather silly. At least they walked away with, well, I guess they didn't walk away with anything, now that I think about it. Man, Liquid is actually kind of feeding this lead they had back to Escape. Like, the experience is almost even again.
Oh, they're moving forward towards the mid lane. Macropire popped out, but Trixie, I mean, he's still going back in. They're going to be putting Sniper forward. He's going to be trying to go in. The Primal Roar in the back lines, though. They're changing the focus up. Sniper's Glimmer Cape cannot save him now. The Lich ult bouncing around, doing some serious damage to Miracle, and he will end up falling. Now they're looking to turn this. Mind Control, he's next on the menu. Can they keep up the damage? The negative Urn doing some work, but they need a couple more shots.
GH
Trixie
God.
moving forward. They are able to get that kill. GH God with the stolen Epi does the damage, but is unable to live through it. And now Gyrocopter ulti comes down. Koikva, he's getting low. Do they have any follow-up? Liquid, they're fighting 3 men down. It's only Jakiro and Gyro. They're moving forward, but 4 escape heroes are still up. They are going to get the ice path. They should be able to find the Lich. So Liquid at least making that a somewhat even trade, but they're definitely not stomping these team fights anymore.
Liquid, stop the bleeding, guys. Stop the bleeding. You can't afford to just bleed away all these kills over and over again to escape. It's getting a little bit comical. Like, now they're going to give up Kuro, it looks like.
Nah, Kuro's fine. Look at that. He's
I don't know. He's
fine.
going to be slowed down.
Dude,
This
look,
is-
he's fine.
Oh, God.
He's going in.
Man.
Okay, so maybe he's not completely fine here.
Matu's like, see you later, Captain. I'm not going down with this ship. Not me. Man, he went BKB too, so he's not really going to have the same progression later on into the game. Like his BKB is going to be on lower duration, and also like damage-wise,
the
he's going to be
Tumbleman?
lacking.
He's not safe in his own turf right now. He could try to turn things here. Again, he does have the call down level 2. The rest of the team coming in, they drop the Chrono for that one. There is no Epi, so they're losing a lot of damage. Mind Control comes in, but he's just sitting there eating some damage. Now he's going to be on the offensive. Rubik, he goes through, he steals the Burrow Strike, but the Global Silence holding everyone in place now. Tiny, he's just getting whacked on. The damage is too much and escape. They're showing some serious signs of life right there, and they're moving forward. They're going to be able to find GH God as well. He's going to Burrow Strike forward with that stolen spell, but Koikva can follow him up. He's got the Time Walk here. Time Dilation connects, and there we go. GH God going for the lift. Time walking away once again, but the Burrow Strike, they're chasing deep now. Escape not only able to leave their base, able to clean up Liquid and control the Radiant jungle as well.
What's going on?
I don't know,
Liquid,
Cap.
They're throwing. They're like one by one. They're throwing. I don't understand. Like, why can't they just stop? Like Matu, I kind of get it. Like he didn't expect an aggressive ward to be in their jungle, and why should he? I guess because Escape have been trapped on their side of the map. I'm not even sure when they got that ward up, but they had it up. They got to see Matu stopped in his jungle to be able to farm, and they got that extra kill. But all the kills before that, though, were so unnecessary.
Miracle getting pinged up by Escape, so they know he's here. The Hawk Vision is going to be pretty useful. And there is going to be a scan revealing exactly where Liquid are at. Cinderin, he's Glimmer caped up. Unless Beastmaster gets off the perfect roar here, there's going to be some trouble afoot. Liquid just going in, setting up some missiles. Matumba Man wants to go in onto Cinderin, just chasing him out of the pit. Koikva should be leaving the pit as well, gets bashed up. Now, where's the fight going to be taking place? All of Escape are now behind the pit. Liquid, well, they're moving right in. They want to go for this Roche, but there's going to be some hot contest coming down. Who's going to grab this up? We've got Beastmaster Hawk giving high ground vision, but Void, he's ready. He's got the Time Walk. There's Blinks afoot. Oh, no, man. Faceless Void, he just gets the Chrono back now. Can he start to fight? They're moving forward. They get the toss up. Easy kill onto the Lich, but that's not who they're worried about here. Faceless Void, again, still a huge threat. The Global Silence on cooldown, so they can't really control if the spells in the back lines. While this Silencer is disabled, they're looking for something. Oh, Era, he's going to be on the cliff. He's burning down. There's the toss up. The Roche is falling low. Oh, Roshan goes down to the Dire, and the Aegis, it's still on the floor. Where's the Aegis? Who's going to get it here? Oh, Gyrocopter goes in for the snatch. He's now got 2 lives, and they're going to be able to focus down this Void. He's got no mana for that Time Walk out of the pit. Liquid, this is your window. Don't blow it here. Go in, take the racks, take the tier 4s. Whew.
Oh God, I don't know why Escape tried to do Roshan in the first place. Like they're a very bad team at being able to take Roshan, and they didn't have their cooldowns up, so it was kind of like it seemed futile to try and do Roshan like that. But you're only leaving yourself open to the risk of Liquid intercepting. And you could have just like used that time to farm up and stuff, and then when Liquid try and go for Roshan number 2. Oh, Epicenter.
Oh, they're going in. They get a decent amount of damage here. Matumba Man again has the Aegis, but they don't want to drop it without a fight. Mind Control getting super low. Will get earned up by his little buddies here. Cinderin, no ulti for him. And Trixie moving in, has the Burrow Strike. It clips onto the Gyro, and he will end up popping the Aegis. The rest of Liquid are still alive and relatively healthy, and they should be able to at least do a little more damage to the racks, although Escape, they're forcing them back. They're holding their high ground, and they didn't even have to pop Global Silence.
Yeah, they've got the luxury of a lot of gold that has been fed to them over time, and a decent amount of intelligence even, because the Yapsor is sitting at 24 stolen intelligence, so they actually have the ability to kind of sit back and clear through creep waves. I think Liquid may have to wait for Aegis number 3. That's okay. It's not like Escape scale like really, really well in the next 10 minutes, but they do get better. Like their Sniper and Void, like those are some good late game carries, relatively speaking, to say a Gyrocopter, who's known to be a carry that drops off quite significantly past 40 minutes. So Liquid, I think they've got like essentially one more push.
Smoke ain't coming in. Trixie's going to reveal Kuroki, immediately focused down. They get the burrow. He's going to be using himself up in the air, but I don't think that's going to be so great for him. He still ends up popping now. There's going to be some chase. GH God running away. Miracle goes in, but look at the Lotus Orb. Doesn't want to go ahead and stun himself. And now Miracle, he's really got to hold back that Primal Roar. There he goes. Waits out the duration. And they might be able to get the Sand King here. The stolen Burrow Strike moving forward. They've got the Telekinesis. Unfortunately, GH God does drop, and they get the Chrono here. They are going to be stunning up their Sand King, but certainly worthwhile to get down that Beastmaster. This is looking like Escape are going to take this. Meanwhile, there was a push in onto the Rax. Koifa going to get stunned up by Mind Control, but they've got Era now. He can blink forward another 10 seconds, but there we go. The blink out. I think Tiny is going to be okay here.
Yeah, Liquid just seem incapable of stopping these pickoffs from happening. Like that one was, again, that one was acceptable because it was a smoke push out. There's not, I guess, too much they can read. They had this really aggressive ward inside the base, but I guess they just didn't get the read that it was up there.
Mind Control, he overstayed his welcome. He stopped to farm up the neutrals, and that may spell his demise here. Quakefa, he's cut that time walk, going in for the body blocks. Rest in peace, Tiny. I don't know why he stopped to farm there.
Yeah, I mean, he was so close to his Aghanims, I think, that he was like, oh, I just need this little bit of extra farm, and he got caught into that mindset, but he gets his Ags, but it costs him his life. Yapsor's okay with this. Like, he'll trade his life for a Tiny any day.
Yeah, that's still worthwhile. I mean, Gyrocopter, like you mentioned, unless he's going full Rapier mode, isn't really going to scale up super hard. He's going to be going for the Butterfly here. He's got it, but what kind of a difference is that going to make? Because Escape clearly have no problem focusing him down.
Yeah, they're gonna have like this big upgrade in damage coming in with Era completing the Mjolnir. They've got such good high ground defense. One Sniper has some real damage, which Mjolnir is his first real damage item, so you could say it's finally online. And then the combination obviously being with Koifa, who's got this amazing AoE hold ability, and he's not even the primary initiator. Like Koifa, the hard thing about Chronosphere is when you're the only initiator, if you're just an offlane Faceless Void and you're the main person, it's kind of hard to get a really good Chronosphere because the enemy team plays around it, right? They put one hero in the front, the rest of the heroes are spread out in the back, and you're just unlikely to get a Chronosphere on multiple people. But here, it's like the fight, they can make it really chaotic by having Trixie be the frontline initiator with his Blink and Epicenter going on that first frontline hero from Liquid, whoever has the like, let's say Aegis is in hand for Liquid when they go for the high ground push. He goes on the Aegis carrier, which is Gyrocopter. It makes the fight messy. Liquid start pushing forward with their backline heroes to help the Gyrocopter, and then you have Koifa, who's able to do the follow-up initiation of the Chronosphere. So they have this really good shot of being able to hold high ground almost indefinitely, and they can make this go late where I would say Void and Sniper absolutely will outcarry the Gyrocopter. But then it's up to Liquid's Mind Control to try and make his transition into a full core, which he is kind of doing, but he's a little bit far behind, thanks to just the nature of trying to be an initiator in this game.
Well, he's got his Ags now. That's a new pickup for this fight. Now back on the side of Escape, I just want to talk about this Silencer. In lane, he had a little time slow going at about the 20-minute mark. I think he had 8 stolen int, and now he's got 32 for himself. So Yapsor really scaling up, and now he's going to be flying in some more goodies. He picks up an Ogre Club. We're going to see our little BKB Silencer. Or is that Nags?
I'm not sure, actually. It could be he tries to turn into a right-clicker, but...
Suddenly, Jakiro on his own side of the map in some serious trouble. Goes for the Panic Yules, but Global dropped out for that kill.
We obviously knew there was nobody who was going to follow up that attempt from Liquid. They were just going to leave the Jakiro down, but they were so scared. Like, Escape are so scared being on the enemy side of the map and having an engagement like that. They pop Global Silence, and now if they don't get out, they're susceptible to being gone.
Burrow Strike coming back in. Trixie What a player. Rubik tries to force staff himself to safety, but just into the jaws of the enemy. And now Mind Control, he's just getting bullied here. We've got a call down and a chrono. It's a Venn diagram of pain, but they've got the gyrocopter locked down and they will get him out. 4 heroes dead on Liquid. Only the Beastmaster survives, and he's just running back towards his high ground. Escape. They have managed to turn this around. Look at the net worth chart, and it is right back to 0.
I think Liquid are done for, actually. I think they've actually thrown this game to a point where Escape are, like, they feel comfortable fighting on the enemy side of the map finally. Like, that, again, like, why did Matu have to go back in? Like, why did he turn around and throw his ultimate? Like, that was very clearly Mind Control was dead. They'd already lost Kuro earlier. Like, there's no way you fight that anymore. But it's just like all game long, it seems, Liquid gave Escape the +1. You know, you get the gank, and then you give them the +1 extra kill. That shouldn't happen. And that's just bled away their gigantic net worth that the lead that they had at one point.
Meanwhile, up top, Yapzor sits back, just cleans up the creeps. There's going to be an attempt here. Miracle drops out that Primal Roar. There's going to be a reinitiation.
Trixie.
Trixie's Burrow Strike, little bit off the mark there, and it will cost them the sniper.
How do you miss Burrow Strike on a stationary target?
It is a point-click skill, but
I don't.
we find a way here. Dota is a game of innovation, and we're just always thinking up new creative tactics.
All right, well, I mean, either way, you could say that Escape did not back out fast enough. They probably should have left a little bit sooner. They committed too hard to that Tier 3 tower, and they lost their sniper for it. Still, though, they're going to have their cooldowns are about to come up. Like, they've got Chronosphere ready, so I don't think Liquid are going to feel comfortable pushing in. They have to wait for Aegis. Like, the worst thing you can do right now is push prematurely, lose that fight that you try and go high ground against into a Chronosphere, and then you just give Escape a free Roshan because it's just about to spawn in this, like, 2 to 3 minute window. So that's the worst possible thing they could do right now. Liquid just need to control the game, try and get that Roshan. They get Aegis and Cheese, and then go for that potentially last high ground push. Like, that, in my mind, that's what it really is. That this next high ground push from Liquid, if they don't succeed in getting at least a lane of racks from that push with Aegis and Cheese, then I think they've lost the game. And same thing goes if they actually fail to get Roshan in the first place, because Escape could very easily contest with their heroes. They have the Scout of Shrapnel, and they've got the mobility that Koifa offers, thanks to now a Shadowblade being picked up.
I'm interested to see how much impact that's going to have. You're going to see Escape moving out. Roshan, a nice little point here. It's going to be respawning really shortly, one of the shortest respawns possible, so we'll see who's going to get their nose into the pit first. There we go. Koikva walks in. Oh!
I mean, either way, I'm not sure if they want to do it, because we saw it last time, right? When they tried to do Roshan, they just didn't have the physical damage to quickly do it, and they just eventually get pushed out by Liquid, who stroll on over. So I don't think they should risk that again. They should definitely be the ones trying to initiate onto Liquid inside the pit or outside of the pit. Don't actually give Liquid the opportunity to get a good Roshan fight, because they have great heroes to contest as well.
Escape, they're grouping up. We saw Cinder and, like, try to go in the pit and doesn't scout it out, so currently no team knows that Roach is up. Beastmaster's Hawks are way too far at a range to scout that out. Now, there's going to be a rotation in. You've got Koikva. He's going to be Shadowbladed in. He's got the Lotus Orb. Oh, golly gee, that Rubik is just flat out dead. He's got no buyback as well. He's down for a minute.
I can tell you've been spending time with Ziori.
What,
I don't think I've heard anybody but Ziori say golly gee.
Dude, I'm an OG of golly gee. Gosh darn
right,
as well, dude. I've been doing that for years.
Maybe Ziori's been spending too much time with you then. Maybe it's the other way around.
I mean, we do live together, so that's a possibility. Now Escape, they're moving forward here. They want to get this Roche. They're just going to clear out the Ancient Pit. Now Koikva going in. Is this smart for Escape, or do they have to go counter Liquid right now?
Like I said before, I don't think it's a good idea.
They're going in. Lich! He's down. That was a Primal Roar committed for the Lich, and now up top there's going to be a push in. Jakiro with the Liquid Fire, melting down this creep wave, melting down this tier 3. Meanwhile, Escape's big damage dealers are still in the pit. That is going to be an epicenter down. All right, you're the analyst here. What?
Escape are essentially trying to do this two-pronged thing where they're both like half defending and half doing Roshan, but they're going to get caught doing both. As you can see, Miracle's now got Era dead.
That's not good. All right, Miracle going in. Koikva giving him a run for his money. He's going to get lifted up. Now there's no mana for the Chronosphere. The call down coming in as well. Era in some serious trouble. They're able to get the kill for that. It looks like Koikva will be dropping down as well. Buybacks. Well, there's a couple saved on the board. This missile coming into the Faceless Void should be able to knock him out. Can they catch up in time? He's got the time walk. He moves forward. He's four-staffed up. Does get the Lotus Orb as well. So Trixie trying to save everything. Meanwhile, we've got Ice Paths coming out. Yapzor doing his best just to clean up the wave. The tier 3s are down. Liquid, they're looking like they've still got some fight left in them. We are 40 minutes in, and what?
When Escape do something so terrible like that, they do have a lot of fight in them. Like, I strongly advise not going and trying to do Roshan yourself, but the combination of them getting a pick off on Synderen and also pushing high ground and not seeing any heroes, that would have immediately set off warning bells. Like, hey, they're in the pit doing Roshan, and Liquid could have easily just, initiated on that. They could have wrapped inside the Roshan pit and caught Escape. So Escape have to do this, like, half defense, where they send Trixie back and they send Yapzor back, and they're like, okay, guys, you try and pose like we're defending our base still while the 2 damage dealers are inside the pit, but they just lose on both sides that way. Like Liquid, they're not fools. They're going to keep on pushing if you don't show your real heroes. So then they get into this weird half fight at top lane, and then Miracle realizes, oh, they're doing Roshan. He catches one of the heroes as they're trying to get back. It was just like such a disastrous thing for Escape to do because they were back in this game. They were back in it. They didn't have to do anything dramatic. Like, the Eternal Envy, like his whole play against Roshan, like you do those kind of plays when you feel like you have to do something because the game is not going in your favor. You have to do something like solo Roshan by yourself, and it's not a bad play. It's just it's dramatic is what it is. It's a risk. It's high risk. It's high reward, and you have to do something like that to change the game.
Up in the jungle, Rubik flying solo, easily cleaned up there, and he had vision. There was a ward up on this cliff. He didn't need to be there. He knew he was going to get ganked. He's just really trying to make the plays, but it's going to cost him his life. He's now down for a minute and still no buyback on him.
I think they're so set on trying to get aggressive vision, where that way they can just see potentially Koipa before he pushes out with his Shadow Blade, because the Shadow Blade Faceless Void is really dangerous to play against late game. You can't carry Gem on all your heroes, so he's eventually going to find a pick like this.
That is going to be a great pick if they can get it. Trixie waiting for the initiation. The global comes back out, so we can't re-initiate. There's going to be no toss, no blink away. Meanwhile, the rest of Liquid, they're just going in. They're not backing up. They have Kuroki just dual breathing up. They've got no TP on Jakiro, no TP on the Gyrocopter. There's Boot that travels on Beastmaster, but it seems like Escape are just going to try to push their luck. It's going to be push on push. They've got to get down this final little melee racks, and looks like Liquid are going to be doing that now. Trixie, he comes back in. He's got the Lotus Orb. Yapzor as well, waiting on that global silence. He's got it if he needs it. Now 4-staff in. They're going to have to take all the ticks of this call down. Jakiro, he's still up, but he's weak. He's silenced. He can't do much. Beastmaster still alive. They're going to switch their focus to Kuroki, who gets out an Ice Path before he falls. Still Liquid, they're fighting from a huge disadvantage. They're going to TP back. Can they get any sort of stun here? Gyrocopter will make it back to the base, as well as Miracle, but the base is looking a little bit worse for wear as Koikva was able to clean up a full set of racks mid.
Yeah, this time around the whole half play was well worth. Oh, Miracle! He's so close to getting Koikva.
Stop! All right. They're going to be moving forward. Faceless Void in some serious trouble. He's going to leap forward, but again, the Gyrocopter missile will still connect, although Era, he's going to be sitting there just nipping him, and now they get a nice initiation with Trixie. He's going to channel up his ulti as well. Matumba Man goes down. Koikva will be killed off by the Gyro call down, but they are still able to secure that kill, and that means Gyrocopter's buyback is going to be expensive. Trixie on the high ground does not manage to burrow strike down to the river.
All right, I'm like 90% sure Yapzor accidentally killed Koipa. he was, that 4-staff that came in, I'm pretty sure it was Yapzor's Hurricane Pike. He pushed him deeper into the call down because for whatever reason Koipa turned around. I think maybe he's like, oh, I want to get some damage on Gyro too, but he turns around, he gets 4-staffed into the middle of that call down. And then he just dies. That would have been so good if Void lives and they kill the Gyrocopter. There's even a reach in the bottom lane. They could have healed him back up to full, and it would have been like, my God, it's 5 heroes up from Escape and 1 down from Liquid. They could have pushed high ground and forced a buyback, and all would have been happy. Or at least they could have taken a tier 2. Actually, that's the problem right now. Escape have tier 2s in the way of their high ground push. So
We do have some more big items coming out for Escape. Pretty much all at the same time, our Sand King is going to go ahead and finish off his little Shivas. And we've got our Sniper now with that MKB to go up against Gyrocopter's Butterfly. Gyrocopter's sitting on a Demon Edge. Is that what I think it is? We're 45 minutes in, and he's lacking damage.
I think you might have to. I don't know. It like Divine Rapier. The thing about Divine Rapier, it's like that thing we were talking about earlier. You know, you have to take a risk to change the game. That's what Divine Rapier is. So, do they feel far enough behind? They need.
What? Beastmaster? He's gonna be going in. He's killed off. That's a gem on the floor. He didn't really need to be there.
He did not expect Silencer to have a Scythe of Ice, but Yapzor he's pretty big. We said they have a scaling core in Silencer, right? And Yapzor's definitely proving that. Hurricane Pike, Veil of Discord, now a Scythe of Ice. He hits really hard. He hits for like almost 400 damage a hit. Actually, I think it's more than 400 damage a hit when he's getting Glaives of Wisdoming people. It's
Dude,
like 450.
He's got more than like 200 damage there. He's just chunking.
Yeah, he's actually really dangerous. But I'm not sure what Escape are doing pushing mid. Did they forget that tier 2s are up?
Trixie? Okay, the TPs are few and far between. GH God tries to get out, and it looks like Trixie's not able to cancel that. What? What? Okay! Oh,
No.
Tiny! He's just going in! He's gonna
Don't. Oh my god.
It's happening! It's happening! Mind control! He's doing it! He's taking a lot of damage here, but switches his focus to Arrow. The Burrow Strike interrupts him. Oh no, it's gonna be Kuroki versus the world here. He does not have a TP. He's just sitting there.
The solo smoke. Good attempt, Kuro. Good attempt.
Oh, no.
Buy yourself time, homie.
He's doing it. Liquid are doing it.
Oh my god. I'm actually serious now. Did Escape forget they had tier 2s up still? Like, I'm asking seriously, did they forget the tier 2s were up on both the side lanes and they couldn't push mid? Or were they seriously pushing mid and thought maybe they could go throw? Because those are the only two options
He's
that
going to
exist.
be going in. He just walks straight into Koikfa here. He's going to take a chrono. He is just up a creek without a paddle now. Hurricane Pike away. Our Silencer taking care of this Gyro illusion, but they got to focus down the rest of the teammates. It's only going to be Gyro and Rubik left alive. All of Escape. They're moving in. They're ready to end this, but again, they've still got to cut through those tier 2s. The Courier going to be going down. There's nothing on it, but some space created, I guess, saving the Rubik's life.
He's got, bounce it back.
Oh.
Bounce back the homing missile.
It's going. There's a homing missile coming out to Majumba Man. And, cool. So we've got some Mega Creep situation going on. Can Escape come back from Mega Creeps? Because it's still
Yes.
a long road to go. They've got tier 2s to deal with.
I'll tell you right now, Annie, given everything that's happened in this game so far, I would put nothing, absolutely nothing behind either one of these two teams. All right? Like anything could happen in this game, you know? Like, who knows? Liquid, like there's a Roshan fight that's going to happen. You know, anything can happen in these late game scenarios where you're so dependent on buybacks more than anything else. Because Escape do have the damage to deal with Mega Creeps. Maybe Cinderin doesn't, as you can see from this top lane engagement. Him versus Creeps, but the other heroes do. The other heroes do.
Hey, look at that. He's fine. He's got a 4-staff. He's all good. But now we are going to have a smoked up Liquid. They're speedy, and they want to find something. There's pings out onto Yapzor. That could be a nice little kill here. Our Silencer does not have buyback. He just bought out here. So that could be something juicy to jump on, but he's going to be moving up towards that top. We've got Kuroki looking for an ice path off the mark there. Miscalculates where he's heading, and now the Roshan going down. Sniper picks up the Aegis. He's doing crazy damage. He's going to be survivable now. And Escape now on the offensive, looking for some kills. They take out Beastmaster's Hawk. And now Miracle, he's pushed up. They're going to get wrapped around upon Liquid. They're going to get cornered here. They're just being herded. There we go. There's a chrono coming in. The global silence to prevent the Jakiro from ice pathing up, and they get the kill. Beastmaster dead without buyback, and Trixie can keep moving forward. There is going to be the epicenter available from the Sand King, so the damage is aplenty. There's a Hex up onto the Rubik. He's picked off, and now Jakiro, he's going to be dropping as well. There's only the Tiny and the Gyro. The two cores are still up, but there's not much they can do against Escape right now.
Oh god, Yapzor. You can't win this 1v2.
It's, oh, okay. There's a Hurricane Pike. He actually gets himself to the low ground, but Matumba Man follows right up with a Hurricane Pike of his own, and a gem is on the deck.
Yeah, he could actually. I think he can win any 1v1 against either one of those heroes, but he can't win 1v2. So I'm not sure exactly what his thought process was pushing out like that by himself, but they need to control the lanes first. That's the problem with Mega Creeps is every single engagement that they win, like you call that a win, right? They killed Miracle, etc. Like they got 2 supports. They only lost their Lich for it. It's all good, but they still have the lanes to deal with. They can't actually push out and take objectives, and that's the hard thing against Mega Creeps. You need to be able to be offensive enough that you not only win the fight, but then you push the enemy's base to a point where they're forced into buybacks, and then that gives you an endgame scenario. But as it stands right now, Liquid will never be forced into that. Unless the pickoff on Matumba Man.
Oh, he's gonna be, well, he's out on his own without any Radiant Vision, and will die. That's gonna be 95 seconds in the hole. He does have buyback, however, but that'll get in the way of him buying a Rapier if he wants it. Meanwhile, the gem is still sitting up near the top rune spot.
The fact that tier 2s are still up is such a problem for Escape. Like, in order to get, again, that end game scenario, they either have to take these tier 2s away, or they just go straight down mid and go throne, and that may be the better option for them when they get that right opening. But as it stands, they just killed Matumba Man. They have
It's
to
gonna
go with
get
the
risky
sidelines.
here. Koikva might get jumped, but meanwhile, Era, he's sitting back. He's ready to just snip away here. Again, he's got the Aegis. He doesn't have buyback, so if he goes down twice, it could be a bit of an issue. Liquid, though, they've got a big to-do list ahead of them before they can actually end this game.
He has
Beastmaster?
Lincoln, so
Okay, blink
Yeah,
away from the
yeah.
Beastmaster, but now he's going to be led on a wild goose chase. Koikva coming back in. The Chrono is going to be whiffed. And,
you
Miracle
can't blame
goes back
Koikva for that one.
to farming
That was
neutrals.
really close. It was like right on the heels of that Beastmaster. I think that's a worthy attempt. It sucks though, because now 90 seconds without Chronosphere. But Lincoln's is such a smart choice because he's so susceptible to the Beastmaster.
Blink away from the Rubik saves his life as Trixie just burrows in looking for something, but we've got a bit of a stalemate. What are we waiting for? Is it going to be the next Roche? Is it going to be when Liquid are all up and all have their ultis ready? Because it seems like no one really wants to just dive in.
I think it's Liquids need to have enough farm for their next item and buybacks on Matsu. So whether he chooses to go the end, I think they're in a comfortable position. I wouldn't be feeling too drastic. So I personally would not go Divine Rapier in this situation. I would just go MKB and finish out Satanic at my leisure, pretty much. And I think they try and get the next Roshan and stuff. But Miracle really needs to change out items because he can't. He needs an active to kill this Lincoln's.
Miracle needs to do something here. He's got half duration left on that Invisor, and he's really thinking about going in for the Roar, but the follow-up just isn't there. The rest of his team towards bottom, so maybe he's just trying to make a distraction for himself. He could try to initiate onto Era here. Oh, it's getting ugly here. Era goes in, and Miracle thinks better of it. There's just too many dire heroes around. We're going to have a pause as Yapsor needs a minute to collect his thoughts.
Man, Yapsor's got a Moon Shard. Yeah, he hasn't consumed it yet because he has the space, but he's got a full-out Moon Shard. This guy is really dangerous. If they try and focus like the sniper, get that damage dealer out of the way, and then deal with Koifa. Yapsor's gonna be there the whole entire time, sit in the back, swinging that Glaives of Wisdom over and over again. He's gonna be quite the terror. He's got over 200 intelligence, 58 of which has been stolen away from the Radiant heroes.
Yup. It's getting tight here. We are 52 minutes in. Era scooting himself towards that high ground. The rest of Liquid just going in, trying to control up this dire territory, but with one smooth initiation, Escape could definitely take a nice fight here, and there is going to be GH God scouted out in the lane. Do they jump on this? He is really far forward, and he might get punished.
I think GH God would gladly tank a Chronosphere for a death. I think
Cinderin, he's going to get initiated upon. That is just a bursted down Lich, but the follow-up here, Yapsor going in. Global Silence going to be dropped, and there we go. Up on the high ground, Kuroki going to get bashed up by Void and friends. Easy pickings there, so it's now support down on either side. Who's going to continue the fight here? The Silencer is still waiting. We are going to have Necro units coming in. Can they get him down?
He's like turning and thinking like he's going to fight with the help of the Manta Illusions, but that is not the place to have a fight. Not yet, anyway. They've lost their Aegis. I think both teams just kind of chill out. Unless there's a big pickoff or something, really important. I think both teams are going to chill out until Roshan.
Yeah, just, stats don't lie here, and the longer games go against Mega Creep, the least likely it is for Escape to come back to this, just from, every game I've seen. So usually Mega Creep comebacks are, immediately after you're raxed, you just go in, get a wipe, and push up, and now they've been Mega Creeped for like 10 minutes now.
I think it goes both ways, right? If it's super early, right, and you get mega creeped, and then you just like barrel down mid and you get the win. But I think it's also the other way around as well, where if you are able to survive with having mega creeps on your team, I think you become more and more likely to win the game because you're just accumulating more and more farm. And most likely, if you're holding like this, it's probably because you have better late game. And you could argue Escape do. Silencer, Sniper, and Void, they aren't amazing late game heroes, but they're all pretty good in their own right. Meanwhile, Liquid, they have a Gyrocopter who can still scale more, but it is limited. He, picks up Divine Satanic, and that's like the maxed out Gyrocopter. Maybe he switches out Hurricane Pipe for,
He's got a Moonshard
something
slot.
else.
He's fine.
Yeah, that's all. It's just true. That's true. There's a Moonshard slot as well. So he's got like 3 big items they can pick up, but then so do the cores of Escape, right? Like they can all pick up a big item. So this game could stall out for another 20 minutes, and Escape may grind a little bit more of an advantage, but it actually all comes down to initiation. Whether it's now or it's in 20 minutes or 40 minutes or an hour, it really just comes down to who gets the right kind of initiation with their team fight ults.
Yeah, it's looking grim here. 55 minutes in. Now the choice for Liquid to go for that mid Beastmaster. It was real nice in the mid game. Oh god, top lane, mind control. He's trying to man up. They've got a Chrono. Trixie, he's able to do some damage from outside the Chrono. The Radiant Creep Wave helping him out, and look at mind control here. He's gonna get control.
Oh, Miracle's just gonna go mid. He knows.
Control. Meanwhile, we're just moving in. There's gonna be a hex up, and oh god damn. That's going to be Beastmaster going down without getting a chance to roar. He had the refresher, but couldn't even get off one ult, let alone 2. The rest of Liquid are now scattering as 2 of their main damage dealers have gone down. The rest of Escape looking to punish this. They're just moving in, clearing out the lane.
Great reactions. Great reactions from Yapzor. Because that's a point where Miracle could very easily kill the Silencer and then use his Necronomicon minions to push those tier 4s a little bit, while all 3 cores were top lane. They all had a Boots of Travel back. But because he had such quick reactions, he saves all of that. And same goes for Trixie there. That was a good reaction with the Sandstorm, bro. Strike away. Nice and quick.
All right, so let's just take a look at the overall net worth here. We're sitting with Escape, an 8,000 lead. Looking at individual breakdown, all the cores are really getting up there. The Silencer and Sand King dragging behind a little bit, but you can't really expect a ton out of them. Again, it's so late in the game. How do you get this game done? Is it going to come down to just a couple of picks without buyback? Is it going to be a full-on team fight? Is it going to be ratting up in that Escape base? We're going to see some initiation now coming in. The Boots of Travel's coming. The Jakiro, he's going to use himself up for now, but I don't think he lives too much longer in this fight. Manages to get off an Ice Path, but doesn't catch the Sniper, and they're looking for more. The Rubik will be easily punished. Gyrocopter, the lone survivor. There's going to be 4 buybacks on his team. He's going to cancel his TP. Not going to go to base for now. Just sitting there, walking back, taking the natural route as creeps are pushing in towards this tier 4 tower, and Trixie has to go back and defend.
So Escape are playing this perfectly. The way they're doing this is they push out with 2 Boots of Travel hero to set up the gank, and then they have a Boots of Travel 2 hero in the Sniper who's able to TP in for the actual engagement. So they find the initiation, they get a team fight where Sniper is able to join in on it, but they still have the Boots of Travel still up on their other 2 cores to be able to go back and defend the side lane. So they're actually now finally in a position to get an objective. They got a tier 2, they've opened up the bottom lane, they win a fight here, and they could force buybacks.
They're going in. They're looking for something, man. Koikva, he's thinking about that Chrono. This Void, he's done everything in his power to have an impact here, and like 90% of the Chrono has been fantastic, and it's all going to come down to this high ground siege. Again, Miracle has the refresher, so 2 Primal Roars. But is Escape going to be controlled up so easily? Oh, the Burrow Strike into the double-man Chrono. It looks like it's all going downhill from here. And that's going to be a bunch of heroes dying. The buybacks coming out. Everyone from Liquid getting back in if they can, but it's not looking like they've got enough gas in the tank. They're focusing down Quakeplay. He's able to get off a nice time walk. He's alive. He's still moving forward. He's able to get back down to the low ground, pop the Manta. The toss will eventually kill him off, and Yapzor looking to turn things around, going on to Tiny, and that is going to be a dieback, or rather a death on the Tiny. He's got buyback, not spending it just yet. They might be able to focus on the silencer. Yapsor getting low, and they're able to take down 4 heroes. Sniper, the only survivor back in his base. Liquid are still holding here at 58 minutes.
Okay, so they kept a buyback on Sniper alive because he was able to escape. But at the same time, looks like Liquid are not going to use the buyback on mind controls. They're going to try and pressure with just 2 of their cores and see what buybacks they can force. This is a really risky game for escape.
The
like,
silencer.
yeah, how do you do this? You know, you haven't seen, mind control hasn't bought back, so you know the full amount of heroes are not going to push high ground. So you want to try and limit your buybacks as much as possible because you forced 2 really big ones out of Miracle as well as Matumba Man. If you can keep somehow Koifa's buyback intact, that is a huge win. And then it's just extra win if you keep the Sand King's buyback in place too.
Here we go. All the lanes pushing in. Era, he's hitting hard. Yapsor, similar story, but can they do this without the Void and the Sand King? The buybacks may be forced. Their timers are ticking low, so Liquid really going to try to push this, make them waste money. Make them waste time towards the mid lane. Matumba Man just going in, clearing everything out, and it looks like we're just going to stalemate out right here. Liquid really not pushing their advantage right now. They've got to play this one safe. One more lost fight is game for either team.
Well, Roshan comes up relatively early, so this is a big win for Liquid. They can at least get an Aegis and Cheese into the hands of the heroes that are missing their buyback. But Escape still have the advantage. Even with Aegis and Cheese, it's very easily in this late into the game to kill the hero twice in a row after, like, the team fight's already been won, most likely. So I don't think they should worry too much about Roshan going down here.
Well, Matumba Man, he grabs up the Aegis. The Cheese just left to ferment in the base right now. No one really has slots for that. Again, we are in ultra late game territory. Whew, it is getting tense in here. Again, this is an elimination series, so both teams just playing their heart out here. If Liquid 2-0 this Escape, well, they don't move on here. They're just done.
Yeah, this... I don't know how Liquid approach this, to be honest. Like, they have Aegis, but I'm not sure if they go high ground. I think they wait the 4 minutes until their own buyback, because I consider the buybacks that are gone from Liquid more detrimental than the buyback that's missing from Escape, which is Yapsor's. Like, his is down for 5 minutes, but I would much rather get my 2 buybacks in place. Liquid are still playing really aggressive, though. They're still playing, like, in a very offensive position. Like, they want to be able to force something. I'm not sure if I agree with that, but maybe they feel like with this Aegis, it's the best shot they have.
He's just done. He drops the Macropyre. There's going to be blink aways. You do get the TP out from the Beastmaster up here to the top lane. So right now, Liquid, they're just trying to herd up Escape, force their attention, go bottom, go top, go mid. Now there is going to be an initiation. Trixie moves forward, has that Lotus Orb on. Era moving in. Can they get the kill on the Rubik? They've got enough damage, and they're looking for more here. Jakiro slowly flapping away, is going to get diffused off, and that looks like a very dead 2-headed dragon. Meanwhile, in the top lane, there is some pressure coming in from Liquid, but they can't overexert themselves here. Kuroki looking for that dragon deny, some dragon on dragon love. Will it happen? Oh man, there's going to be the Faceless Void getting the kill there. No more neutrals. They're just going to get cleaned up by Koifa as well.
Escape, they're, like, those are a couple of good pickoffs, but Koifa needs a big core pick.
Oh, he's trying. He's invis here. He's going in and gets stunned up. Oh, golly gee. The Craggy. Flag, will you shut the fuck up? We're moving into a team fight here. There's going to be a BKB. They clean up the sniper. They're looking for Koifa as well. There's going to be a nice forest strike connecting up to Beastmaster. He doesn't have the refresher. He already popped it off. This is going to be in here. The Appy coming in. Miracle. He's getting low. He's going to get snipped down here. Looking to turn this around. He's done. He does not have buyback. Matumba Man and Tiny still bringing a lot of damage to the fight, but Escape, they're moving out as quick as their little legs will make them go, and looks like Trixie as well as Cinderin should be able to get out alive.
Okay, another one of those scenarios. Can Escape hold on to these buybacks without...
Cinderin barely makes it out, man. That was so much damage coming out of Matumba, who did opt to go for the Daedalus instead of the MKB or the Divine Rapier.
Okay, so I think you hold on to your buybacks until Sand King gets his initiation. And I'm not sure if you spend both buybacks at this point, because you know Miracle is not going to be in this fight 100%. So you can keep one of your buybacks intact if you really want to.
And that's like the big strategical element of these super late games is when do you use buybacks and how do you use them if you do pop them. Like, you need to get the biggest advantage possible.
Sniper and Void. I mean, they might be forced back in this. These tier 4s are taking some damage, and Liquid, they still got some damage to bring to the fight. Rubik goes through, is able to steal ice armor. Didn't exactly fish his wish, but it'll help nonetheless. Now there's going to be moving forward. They are able to go through. There's a Hex onto the Tiny, though. They can't afford to lose him. He's going to be 4-staffed away, but still ends up dropping. Tiny does have buyback. He should be able to get back into this fight. No Boots of Travels, though. Still sitting on treads. And we are going to have a TP out from the gyrocopters. So Liquid not going to get too ambitious with this push. Just trying to force Escape to use buyback and use resources and reset for the next push.
Yeah, I think that's Liquid are pretty happy with that because Mind Control would have died either way because the Obsore's damage is so extreme. So he would have died either way. They didn't actually need to do the buyback on Era. So I think the 1-for-1 exchange off there was a pretty big win for Liquid. Escape, their tier 4s are being chipped down bit by bit. They're just having a struggle getting that really good endgame scenario.
Oh, Trixie. You'd love a pick on this Jakira right there. They latch the Burrow Strike, and there is going to be the TP in from the Sniper. Kuroki's got his Yules, but he's just sitting there between a rock and a hard place. He gets off the Ice Path onto 2, drops the Dual Breath, but that's just going to be his final breath.
Oh, they're going to try and combo on Koifa.
Oh, well, Koikfa has a Shadow Blade, so there's that.
Man, I cannot believe that Miracle still has not traded out like his Vlads or even his Ghost Scepter for a like Force Staff or something to be able to break the Lincolns of the Void, because he's without that item he cannot solo gank the Void, who is like the big problem right now for Liquid. Like, he is like target number 1 in my opinion. So he always has to have someone else go in. We saw last time Matumba Man tried to go in with a Hurricane Pipe to pop the Lincolns, and for them to then follow up with the Primal Roar. This time around they tried to do GH God leading with Telekinesis, but obviously Koifa again slipped away with Shadow Blade just at the last second. They keep on having to do this combined effort where if he had an active item to break Lincolns, then he could actually do it solo.
Koikfa, he's going and he's going to find a couple heroes here. Force Staff up, Matumba Man using that Hurricane Pike to get to these neutrals. Koikfa trying to set up the perfect chrono here, and there is going to be a TP in from the Sand King. They're getting sneaky, and now TP out from Koikfa. Sand King is going to cancel the little Boots of Travels in, so just going to let Liquid stay on their toes. Going to keep them thinking. Whew, Escape. They're all clustered up around their Ancient. Somehow their tier 4s are still standing for all the Mega Creep harass. We've been Mega Creep since like 25 minutes in, right?
Yeah, it's been a while since Mega Creeps were picked up, and Escape are still holding, and they're building even bigger. Like, if Yapzor can get himself a BKB in place of Veil or Discord, he'll be a really credible threat in any teamfight scenario. The one problem he has right now is he gets bashed up by Craggy Exterior. He gets controlled sometimes by the Rubik or something like that. If he could just be able to output just raw damage without having to worry about anything else, then he can very easily win a team fight almost by himself, you know, if he's just given the time, the space to be able to do so. Era's built up a lot of damage as well. He's got the Butterfly. He has to consider now trading out the Blink Dagger or the Hurricane Pike for another big damage item. I really do think you start considering Divines on the Sniper at a certain point.
Ray Fear. Let's do it. He's got the gold, man. Right.
Matsu still has space to build up because he's only had the Daedalus for so long. That was his latest item since, like, what, 35, 40 minutes? Like, he's had that Butterfly for a really long time, and then Daedalus and Boots of Travel 2 were his next pickups, but he hasn't had, like, a credible item that has upgraded his damage for probably 10 to 15 minutes.
All right, Liquid. They're smoked up. They really want to fight here. Again, Miracle's still sitting on that refresher, so he's got himself 2 Primal Roars. The problem is not getting hexed up, not getting comboed down between the cast points there, so he's just going to be sitting up. Mind Control continuing to farm. Trixie moving in towards the mid lane. This could be the jump they're looking for. Lotus Orb popped out. Trixie going to be giving away his little Burrow Strike there to the Rubik, but oh, it's Sandstorm. That's not even useful. So Rubik going to be trying again here. What spell would be ideal? Do they really want the Chrono? Do they want the Global?
Yeah, I mean, Chrono would be great because you've got double mobility spells on Rubik. So he can actually get in a position to catch the silencer or a sniper in the back lines with the chrono. I would say that's number one, absolutely. Number two would be, well, global silence is impossible, so let's say burrow
I mean,
strike.
unless silencer really misplays, it'd be hard to get global.
Yeah, so I think number two is actually burrow strike, because it's just a really disruptive ability. If he has an axe as well, so he can again get to the back line really easily.
Trixie gonna be blinking away just before that ice path connects. It's tense right now. You know Liquid, they're having fun. They're kind of keeping Escape herded up in their base, but Escape, they're viable here. They're just going to be
Did that
going
one
in.
creep spot their smoke?
I believe so. I mean, Liquid knows something's up. Everyone disappears and the creeps aren't seeing anything, so they're going to be on their toes right now. It looks like Quakefa going to be leading the charge. He's going to be just clearing out the wave, and there's going to be the fight. They're going in, and they're going to be able to take out the Beastmaster. No ult used. He does have buyback. He can get himself back in this, has the boots of travels.
Oh, actually, Sand King's on the mark here. If his spidey senses
Trixie.
or whatever's going on, if he actually
oh man,
finds
Trixie's
Matsu,
on another level right here. He's just feeling the pulse of this game, and that's going to be
Wait.
Gyrocopter going in. Pops the BKB. It's already
Oh,
gonna
they don't
be-
have boots of travel too on Koifa.
He's going to be force-staffing himself out here, and looks like there's going to be the global silence. They're trying to reinitiate onto the Tiny. The rest of Escape is behind them. Trixie taking the damage, but is it going to be enough to set up the fight? The rest of Escape are coming in, and Trixie's still alive. He will end up burning in the Macropyre because the Chrono stuck him up, but this is worth it. Escape, they're showing it. They've got this fight. Koifa, he's getting low, able to time block off the damage. Mind control, he'll be going down. Everyone on Liquid has buyback, but Escape have done what they need. They've forced the kills. They're going to force the buybacks as well, and there is going to be a tier 2 top, but mid lane going to be cleared out of Rax. Bottom lane looks to be this next target they're going in for.
The next level brilliance of Trixie. He's like, haha, you idiots. You thought I was just being a dumbass and feeding sometimes? Not me. You know, he lured them into a false sense of security where they're like, oh, Trixie's alone by himself, but you don't hear it.
Dude, he's going in. They're going to be bringing in the sniper as well. And there's the Hex. That's going to be a kill in the Gyrocopter. That's a dieback. This could be it. They get the Rubik as well. Everyone's starting to fall. Trixie, that buyback was worth it. That rotation was worth it. It took Escape to have that special kind of crazy player on their team to go in and make those plays, but it looks like we are going to be closing out this game relatively soon. Again,
Oh god, Miracle's going for the throne though!
Ooh, he's there!
Oh shit!
He's going to be stunned up. They've got the damage. There's going to be the Chikiro Ice Path coming in. The throne, it's half health. Meanwhile, the rest of the Dire, they're still doing their work. Cinderin, he's getting low. There's a refresher. They've got another roar. Are they doing this? Yapsor, meanwhile, in the other base,
Radiant
is
Throne's
doing
at half health.
Oh, God, they're doing it. Oh, no. Base race coming in. Yapsor, he's getting it down.
Oh, they've
Now
got the
they're
glyph, though.
fortified, and it looks like it will be Liquid.
No goddamn way! What? Oh my god, I was so sure that Escape had this. Trixie made the game-winning play twice in a row. Like, he catches the gyro bottom, forces them into some dumbass fight where all of Escape were able to catch the 3-man chrono, and then he gets the death on Gyrocopter as well with his initiation inside the base, and they still lost? What? Oh my god. You have to feel like such shit for Escape.
The Moonduck
Like, they-
studio is a hot mess right now because we're all sleep deprived. I've had like 3 cups of coffee and my heart is in really unstable condition after that game. Oh my god, Liquid managed to take it in a 2-0, but I'm going to be watching this replay like 10 times over. Oh my gosh.
Escape did so well. Like, they did strategically speaking, like, they held onto buybacks when they were supposed to. Like, they didn't get over anxious. They used the Boots of Travel 2 plays really, really well to defend base, but also push out and catch people. Like, they were doing everything right. Like Trixie played, like, Trixie got the game-ending plays, and they still lost. Like, you have to feel so terrible if you just lost, like, a 30-minute, you held on against Mega Grace for 30 minutes and did everything right. And you still lost. Oh god. I mean, that was sick by Liquid, Miracle making that play, but everything was so set against Escape, and they were so close to doing it. They literally just one glyph prevented them from being able to end the game.
Man, the fact that Liquid saved that glyph was just crazy. The buybacks were all just absolutely perfectly timed. What a match. This is just amazing here. So we're going to kick it back to the panel to break down this monstrosity of a game. But first, special treat, we've got you some ads.
Dude,
What?
it's so small.
You really think so?
What does the wife think?
Well, she says it gets the job done.
Mine's not that small.
The Fractal Design Node 202. It's not about how big it is, but all about how you use it.
Hello guys and welcome to this little tutorial that I have made about Meeple. If you didn't know me already, my name is Lizard.
I am Jesse. I will be bringing you some high quality educational content here on Partner.
Hello, my name is Fratzi and I'm here to teach you all about techies.
Ladies and gentlemen, my Jiminy Crickets, that was
Oy, yay.
one hell of a game, too.
I'm so confused in every way. Boys, your thoughts, mod packs? I'm sure
It
you
hurts,
got-
man. It hurts.
It hurts.
After that, you just want to see game 3, honestly, because that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But that right there shows you why there's so few. Like in terms of like how many games we've had, how few times people come back from Mega Creeps, because Escape really did do pretty much everything right. Like
Right.
and Cap just put it strategically, it looked good.
Yeah, and Liquid made a lot of very strange, like, silver platter. Here you go, friend. Your birthday's coming up, right? I'm Miracle with a gem alone
Kill
in the
me.
jungle. Oh, my. That's a €5 smoke I just
I think
broke.
the first... Alright, before I say this, Liquid and Escape are both really good teams.
Yeah.
The first 30 minutes, they both played like absolute shit. Like,
Whoa,
that was
hey,
the worst
hey.
Dota of this tournament by far. And then after that, especially Escape, once they got Mega Creep, they started playing amazing all of a sudden. It's like
mean-
they just kicked into high gear all of a sudden.
That was
And
like the most
obviously they should have
stressful
won, but
camera
wow.
work game of my life, I think. There were so many
Oh,
weird, just like individual pickoffs of like, why is he there? Why is Trixie in like 3 screens past his entire team right now? Like the amount of times Trixie just went in and made Trixie plays, it was like off the charts. We needed a counter. It was like 5, 6.
But they
plus.
almost won off a Trixie play.
I know. Well, that's
where it
the
was
beauty of the
going.
Trixie play. It's like
That's how
like,
you get them.
It's like
the long
Navi
con.
2011 Chaos strat, dude. He gets you in that state where you're like, this Sand King could be fucking anywhere. It's not gonna make sense. We don't know where he's coming. And dude,
Is his team there? Are they not? We
at
don't
He's
know.
65
been building
minutes,
up
you
to that
panic,
one big
you know?
play for like 4 years now.
Yeah,
Like
that's what Trixie does.
that was his move.
You guys need to calm down. Febby says we're not allowed to say bad things about the players, so fuck off. Be nice, all right? Both teams played wonderfully. 0 mistakes that game. God, we love you guys. Don't fucking make fun of the pro players, for God's sake. Anyway.
Sorry, guys.
Oh boy.
So sorry.
Sorry, Febby.
I really apologize.
Anyway,
Heartbreaker.
what a just a madness game. I